Supine hammies is one of my favorite ways to help build active flexibility through the hamstring. So we're going to use the support of a band, towel, even a pole can be used to help use your own strength, your own musculature to try and increase range. So let's get to it. All you're going to do is lie on your back and you're going to wrap this band around kind of the midfoot is my preference here, or just below the midfoot. Up here isn't wrong per se, you're just going to get a little bit more of a neural stretch, neural sensation as you do these contractions. So for me, I'm midfoot closer to the heel. Then the back leg is either going to be bent if you're less flexible or straight on the floor if you're more flexible. Now we're working here, the hamstrings and posterior chain. So that means that immediately we know we need to contract this quad to completely lock this leg out and make it straight. If your quads are soft and relaxed here, again, it's not wrong, but we might be missing a little bit on the posterior chain and we could be getting a little bit more. So tighten the quads, boom, and from here, hands nice and close to your foot if possible. Again, I realize some people might be here, even like this. That's okay too. This is why I'm going to show you that pole variation in a moment. But wherever you're at, as close to the foot as you can be, tighten the thigh, head is relaxed. From here, you're going to pull yourself into a nice hamstring stretch, keeping that leg completely locked out. Say you've been here for 30 to 60 seconds, you now have two contractions you can play with. One is taking the leg down like this, and one is taking your leg closer to your torso like this. We're going to do both as a demonstration. You don't have to do both, you can do one or the other, or you can do both. It depends on your specific capacity and context. So, tightening the thigh, accessing that hamstring stretch. From here, let's do a real-time contraction both ways. So first, I'm going to contract down towards the floor without letting the leg move because I'm holding onto the band for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, letting that go but keeping the quad on so the leg is straight. Then the second contraction here, I'm going to actually pull with the band deeper into that hamstring stretch, trying to use my quads and hip flexors to make that happen even more. And now my goal is to get really light on the band while not letting this foot move back any millimeter whatsoever. Gently letting go of the band and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands back on, pull deeper. And you can see already my legs a little bit closer to my torso. And you could repeat that, 3 to 4 times for 5-second contractions like I did. You could do one or the other or both depending on where you're at. And then you could also expand those times to, not only 5 seconds but up to 10 seconds if you need. Just notice this is, or be mindful I should say, that this is a little bit more intense than it makes out. So like with anything that you do, just scale it to where you're at. Start small, you can always do more later. Now I said for those who might not be as flexible, we have the pole option here. So say you can't even get your leg that far up. Let's go on my left side to even this out a little bit. I can be here and now I can use the pole for the same thing. I can push down into the pole and I can move away from the pole. So, slightly different stimulus because I can't actually use anything to pull my leg deeper into this hip flexion, but at least I have, something that I can work away from. So still give me the urgency to try and use my strength here to come up. Now for me, because a little bit more flexible than what this pole might offer, I actually have to be in this close to be able to work this effectively. But say I'm not like that and I can only do this, the contractions would look exactly the same. It would be something like this. Thigh tight, toe pulled back, and pressing into the pole for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, keeping that thigh tight, pulling the thigh towards you for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. And then you could do either continue that or you could just, for example, work with this. Now, if you can only get your legs straight and you're at this angle, chances are you can only lift this far off. And that's okay. That's actually where we want to be. We don't want to be in a place where, I could actually lift this far off, because we want to be challenging that end range position. So like I said, for me to do this effectively, I would have to be here. Yeah. So you've got those two options to play with, a band, a towel or something like that, or maybe even a wall or a rig to work your hamstring flexibility. That's the active supine hammies. Give it a go and let me know.